Good morning, guys. I wanted to come on here really quick, and I'm sorry I'm not on camera. This isn't going to be a tarot reading. It's just going to be a chat on the video that came out about Quinton Simon yesterday morning. I don't want to be on camera because I'm not ready for the day yet, and I typically look like a hot mess. You can like quadruple that right now, so I thought it would be safer to just keep the camera off me. But I wanted to come on and address the video that came out yesterday, and if you've been following the Quinton Simon case, you know exactly what video it is, and it's the video that, are we seeing the spirit of Quinton Simon or the energy of Quinton Simon? Are we seeing a light reflection? What are we seeing? Okay. And I personally feel like it comes down to your personal belief. What do you think you felt, or what do you feel you seen? Okay. What are you looking at? What do you think you're looking at? It just comes down to your spiritual beliefs. You might be the type of person that, you're like, yeah, I know what I seen. Okay. I know what I'm looking at. And then you might be the type of person that says, well, that's obviously a ring light reflection, or maybe that's somebody walking off camera that we can't see. And both of those are okay. It just depends on your own personal belief. Now, as far as editing is concerned, I don't know how much editing you can do on a live video like that, but it's very possible that this could be a reflection, or, like I said, somebody else walking off screen that we can't see. However, I feel like it's authentic, and I could be wrong. I feel like it's authentic, though, and it does look like you can see little arms and little legs. And, that's energy, and energy doesn't die. Energy does not die. Okay, energy transforms, but it doesn't ever die. And so, is it possible that this is the the spirit of a child, and more specifically Quinton? I believe that it's definitely a possibility. uh, you have to understand too that words have power, and there's a lot of people that are down there regardless of their intentions. Okay, I can't even get into the intentions of the people that are down there protesting. All I can say is that I understand if they are down there genuinely protesting because they're angry. I get that, because I'm angry and frustrated too that this woman has been named the primary suspect, and Quinton has been determined to be deceased, and she is still out here freely walking around, and we're going close to a month now. So I'm frustrated as well. So I totally get that. As long as you are in the confines of the law, I feel that. Okay. But words have power, and these people, okay, are yelling Quinton Simon's name all day, every day. Justice for Quinton. Where is baby Quinton? Where is Quinton? And there's energy, there's passion, there's anger, there's frustration behind those words. And so, could that have something to do with why that energy is so strong in that area? Yeah, absolutely. And then we also have the memorial, where you have toys, you have, balloons that are out there. And I do feel that the energy of children can be attracted to those things. So there's that as well. That's my belief, and you don't have to share that. That is absolutely fine. Like I said, it comes down to your own personal belief. If later we find out that, hey, it was a reflection of a camera or this or that, it is what it is. But I like to believe it is the spirit of a child, and I pray that although the energy is there, that, little Quinton is at peace. I'm not a big believer that you have to have in the earthly world justice in the legal sense in order to be at peace when you cross over. I don't like to think that way. I don't have any facts that that's the way it is, but that's my belief. I feel like we have free will, and when we cross over, we can choose to go into the light, or we can choose not to. And I pray that Quinton is in a good place. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. But I do think that his energy is still in that spot. That is his home, after all. That's the only place he probably knows. I know that they haven't been at that house very long, it doesn't sound like. And so, for his memory, for his little memory, that is his home. That's where he lived. And his name is being called out every day, and there's just a lot of energy there in that spot. So I believe it's absolutely possible. but go with what you feel it is. You know, when you watch that video, what do you believe that you're seeing? Okay, just go with that. And that's okay. There's no right or wrong. Just go with what you feel. But I do want to address, someone had reached out and asked me if I could do a reading on Bubba. And Bubba is Quinton Simon's biological father. And I would like to do a reading on both Danny and Bubba, but I'll be honest with you, I don't pick up anything from Bubba, but I will gladly do a reading on him. It sounds like from what has come out that Bubba really hasn't had much of any kind of relationship with his son, Quinton. And it sounds like he chose that route because if he had stayed in Leilani's life, he'd probably be serving a life sentence right now. Because it seems like we're beginning to see a pattern of behavior with Leilani. And I see it with her grandmother as well, or not her grandmother, but grandma as well, Billy Joe, that they like to blame others and they like to deflect. And they have a tendency to not be able to take any accountability for their own actions, okay? And we all have to take responsibility for our actions. We are all human, and sometimes it's not easy to do because none of us like to admit when we're wrong, myself included. And so, you know, it is something that's a work in progress, but they don't even seem to have any self-awareness about their mishaps, okay? And I feel like all of this blame being put out to everybody, we have to remember at the end of the day, law enforcement has come out and named Leilani the only suspect. And not only that, but they must have enough evidence to determine that Quinton is dead, okay? And so I'm going to just go along and trust LE and hope to God we can trust LE to do what they need to do. And that tells me that there's only one suspect, okay? And that is Leilani. From the get-go, her and her mother have been coming out and changing their stories a million times. I've heard a couple of people here recently talk about the babysitter and changing her story, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, if anyone has changed their story, it's Billy Joe, okay? Billy Joe has come out and said a half a dozen different things in a half a dozen different ways. You know, day one, she does an interview with her husband, and she's saying, you know, sometimes my daughter is good, sometimes my daughter is bad. I don't know if I can trust her. Then she makes allegedly the post on Facebook talking about, I think it stated, I don't know verbatim what it said, but I'm going by memory, something to the effect of Quinton is dead, Leilani did it, he's in the landfill. She doesn't remember doing anything. That was later removed. You know, then they blame Danny, okay? Then they blame the babysitter. Now they're blaming Bubba. So again, there's just a lot of, you know, deflection, okay? And then we have this phone call between Billy Joe and Bubba, and, you know, Billy Joe is telling Bubba that she thinks that Quinton drowned, and it's possible that Leilani and Danny were just drugged out and unconscious or drinking or whatever the case may be. And his comment to her, or his question to her, was, well, why didn't they call 911 then? And she says something to the effect of, well, when you're fucked up, you do stupid shit. You've just excused that behavior when you say that. You've just excused it. So again, no accountability for anything that they do in that house. And that is why there's so much dysfunction going on there now. I don't believe anyone else really had anything to do with Quinton, okay? The only one that I kind of have a little something in my mind might be Danny as far as information. I don't know if we don't know what he has told law enforcement. We have no idea. He may have talked about everything. He may have told them everything that he knows, and he may not have shared that with us. We may not have the information. So I have no idea. He would be the one person where I would be like, okay. You know, did he really see him that morning? Was he the one that sent the text message to the babysitter? All those things we would like to have answered, but we don't have it now. So all we can go on is what law enforcement has said. And the only thing that they've said is that they have one suspect at the end of the day. And they're searching in a landfill. Now, do I think that Quinton is in the landfill? I have my doubts. The last time I did a reading, I felt like something else was coming up, okay? And I think that that probably requires another reading as well. Also, if you guys haven't seen the last reading I did a reading on Leilani and Billy Joe about their interview, and pretty much it was interesting. Check it out. Pretty much what came out in that reading has actually happened. What I said was this interview was a tactic to kind of change the narrative and change the public opinion on them. Okay. This was a sympathy. This was a sympathy ploy. And I said that it would probably be for money. Okay. This is a way for them to come out and turn the tables and do the poor me thing. And here's my PayPal. And, you know, that's legal, right? We can't, you know, it's not like, you know, we can tell them not to do that. But it sounds like they have been welcomed to a particular platform, and that is exactly what's happening. Okay, that's exactly what's happening. That they are, you know, earning money from donations, and that is not a shock to me. In fact, the only thing I was shocked about was that it happened so quickly. It literally pretty much happened the next day after that reading. And I expect it to continue to happen, because there are going to be people out there, whether we like it or not, there are going to be people out there that are going to send them money. You know, that's the way it is. So all we can do in the meantime is just pray that law enforcement, you know, finds Quinton, and, you know, justice starts happening and Leilani is behind bars, because I do think that that's what's going to happen in the long run. But I did just want to come on and address the energy. I believe in that wholeheartedly, and I feel like when I was looking at that little energy that, you know, it was Quinton. And if you believe that, that is absolutely fine. And if you don't, that is absolutely fine. Just go with what your heart tells you. Go with what your gut tells you, okay? There's nothing wrong with doing that, and it's okay if we all believe something different. So I'm going to leave it at that. I have a couple of things to do today. I've got a couple of private readings, and I'm going to try to get those done earlier than normal. I'm still working on my son's cheesecake. The cheesecake is done. It's in the refrigerator chilling. I'm going to be making a strawberry sauce later, and his birthday dinner. I did get his pillow, by the way, just a quick update. I didn't get the hotel suite pillow. They didn't have those, and they didn't have them in a 20-mile radius, so that was out. But I ended up getting some, it was hard because everything's gel foam or memory foam, and he didn't want that, and so it didn't really leave many options. But I found this one brand, and it was something bamboo. Some sort of bamboo pillow, like as seen on TV. It was pricey though, but I had some Kohl's cash and some Kohl's coupons, and there was an ongoing sale, so I think I did pretty darn good. But if you go by the price, this was a very high quality pillow, okay, put it that way. Not anything that I would spend for myself for a pillow. But I got that one, and it does feel comfortable, and it's nice and firm. And so I hope he enjoys that one, and I hope by the end of the day, if I have a chance, I do want to get that reading up on Robert Schmidt Jr. and see what's going on with that. And I have several other requested videos. Oh, by the way, I did get my new phone. Not new, but newer phone, and it has tons of storage. Okay, so that's what I'm using now, and I do actually have a new mic. I purchased another mic to go with this particular phone. I'm not using that mic right now. I'm just using the phone, so I hope that the volume is better, and I'm also trying to speak a little clearer and a little louder so you can hear me. So hopefully this solves the problem. If not, I'm kind of running out of options here. So yeah, so look for a video. Like I said, I have a lot of requested videos that I need to get to, but I also want to do another reading on Quinton Simon, and just kind of see what comes out. You know, what's the energy of the situation now? Are they getting close to finding him? Can we get more clues on where he could potentially be if he's not in the landfill? Like I said, I have my doubts. I have my doubts that he's in the landfill. I pulled that Five of Pentacles in my my Book of Shadows tarot, and it showed a girl in the woods, lost. So, are there woods around there? Yeah, I think there are. So, maybe they are looking in the wrong spot. But we can just send out good energy and pray that, Quinton is found, and we can put this case to rest. All right, guys. So I will be on soon. And thank you for watching if you made it to the end of this. And I will see you guys in a little bit. And I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.